Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of World of Warcraft Cooking. Alright, so today I thought we would make some candied sweet potatoes. That's what we're going to make today. It's pretty easy. Takes about an hour to do this. I decided to make these today because why not? It was easy and I figured it would be nice to make. So here are the ingredients. 4 large sweet potatoes, 6 tablespoons of melted butter, 4 tablespoons of honey, 1 teaspoon of herbs, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, and then 2 egg whites, 1/4 cup of maple syrup, and 1 cup marshmallow fluff. So, when I went shopping yesterday for this, I could not find marshmallow fluff. They were out of stock. And I could have went to a different store, but I didn't. So what I'm going to do, it's probably not going to work, but it's only like the top, like little meringue toppings. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to, or what I'm going to do is I bought some marshmallows. I'm going to melt it down, and then when we make the meringue, I'm going to toss the melted marshmallows inside the pan. And we'll see how that goes. So it's like making Rice Krispie treats, but without the Rice Krispies. So we'll see how that goes. As of right now, in a large pot, boil the sweet potatoes until tender when stuck with a fork. Anywhere from 20 to 40 minutes. So I already have the water boiling, or water on. It's going to take a while. Depending on the size of your sweet potatoes, remove from heat, allow to cool enough to handle, then peel, slice into 1/4 inch slices, and arrange in a 9 to 12 inch baking sheet. I bought 3 potatoes. They were a decent size, so I figured I'll do that. Because I only have a small pan to put them in. And excuse me. And let's get started. I'm actually going to grab this table. That way, I can rest this book on. Sorry for the noise. Let's just set that right there. Okay. So, this is going to take a while because we have to, not only do I have to let the water boil, I have to let the potatoes boil. So, I'm not sure if this is even going to work, but we'll see how well it does. So I'm going to add, the water's not boiling yet, almost. So we'll let that do its thing. Because we're not doing any chopping, no. Why do I always do that? There. Alright, so that way you can see what's happening here. So I could probably start on the little... Sorry, going in the dishwasher. I could start on like the little dressing that it tells us to make. Where is... I don't have a towel. And that's the melted butter, the herbs, and what is it? The honey. Alright, so I'm going to put this here. I'm going to turn this on about 3. I'm going to let that melt. Butter. Alright. So it says almost a whole stick of butter. 6 tablespoons of it. So let's go ahead and cut this. Bring it up. Pop that right in. Alright, so the herbs or the seasoning, what we're going to use, because I don't have a lot of it, is we're going to be using, it's called autumnal herbs, okay? There's, I guess I can go like this real quick. There's supposed to be dried rosemary, dried thyme. I have the cinnamon, the nutmeg, and the ginger, and then 1 teaspoon blue cornflower petals. No idea what that is, so I only have 3 of the 6 ingredients. So we're just gonna add in. It would help if I turned on the right one. We're just gonna add in some ground cinnamon, ground nutmeg, and I do have some ground ginger. How much do we need? I think it's 1/4 of the ginger and the nutmeg, and then 1/2 of cinnamon. Let's see. Half a teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon of ground nutmeg, and ground ginger. So I can probably actually get all those in a bowl already, and then pour them in to the butter when we're done. Okay, so I have a container over here. I know you guys can't see. I'm sorry. Here, I'll just move the laptop again. So there's my potatoes. So we're going to do ground cinnamon first. That's going to be 1/2 teaspoon. And I'm just going to dump it in here. Just because that way we can just add it into the what do you call it? The butter when it's done melting. And then this is ginger, 1/4 teaspoon. And then 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. Alright, so that's good. We can put those seasonings away right now. I'm a little iffy on the whole marshmallow fluff thing because I need a spoon. I feel like it's not going to work, but at the same time, it's like maybe it will work. So we'll see. Alright. No, sorry, I'm blocking your view. Okay, so we'll get those out of the way. I'm going to add in my potatoes and let them boil, start boiling, I should say. That should take between 20 to 40 minutes, depending on the sizes. I got pretty big ones. We'll see how it goes. As long as if they could be poked with a fork, and we're good. All right. So we're gonna just let this melt. And how much honey do I need? I need 4 tablespoons of honey. I will turn it this way, just so you guys can, just so we can talk and let that prepare. So, yeah, I was gonna make, um, some chicken with this, but it does say it pairs well with the slow roasted turkey that's in this book that you can make, but I don't have time for the turkey because it's 1:41. Turkey takes about let's see. It takes about 20 minutes per pound that you have. So I wasn't going to do that and make it with turkey, but I felt like this would be a nice thing to try, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try it and see how it is. I'm going to see how the butter is. It's almost there. It still has a little ways to melt, but almost there. I hope you guys are having a great day. I am. I'm off, so it's been pretty nice. Relaxing. Um, had my morning coffee, and then that's really it. I mean, even though it's 12:30, but morning coffee, played some games on my computer, and that was it. Speaking of games, I wanted to talk about. I know this is going to be what the third episode that's going to be coming out that I haven't really recorded my voice in. The Tales game. I decided. Well, first off, my headphones broke. They kind of just went kaput on me, so I'm not using. I usually attach my headphones to the mic that I use. That way I can hear the game and whatnot. But I can't do that, so I've been not recording my voice when I play Tales. So there should be an episode out today, which is Friday, and then there's an episode out tomorrow, which is Saturday, but by the time you see this video, it's probably going to be Monday or so, or sometime next week. But one, I will say it's a lot easier to record because I don't have to talk, and throughout that game, sometimes I don't even talk because I kind of just let the story tell it. So I feel like it's easier to do it that way. Not saying that I'm gonna do all games like that, but I do plan to, after I'm done with Tales, I plan to give it a game review and then kind of do a little special episode that I'm not going to mention anything yet, but do a special episode on the characters. But that's when we're done with Tales, and I think we're like halfway done, I think. I'm not sure. It's a while. But, so that's that. So I do apologize if you guys like me talking over it. I'm not doing that, at least for the rest of the game, but then when I play War for the Overworld, I'll record my voice. So I'm holding off on that until I get new headphones. And then the rest of the games that I do record are going to have my voice, but just not Tales. So I'm sorry about that if anyone was annoyed or whatnot. But, alright, so it looks like the butter is all melted. Alright. So I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to mix in this. And then I'm actually going to mix in the honey. I don't think we have, no. As I pour it on the side. And then I'm just going to give this a nice stir. And I'll show you what it looks like. It smells amazing. Alright, you can't see it. So I will bring you. That's what it looks like. Looks pretty good. So we're just gonna put your bag right there. And no. I'm gonna leave the lid off. Alright, so now all we do is wait. That's all we do, because we have to wait till the potatoes are done. But in the meantime, yeah, we'll wait. There was something I wanted to say. Oh, yes. So the last video, the buzzard bites that I made, I'm going to redo them because I didn't have the right ingredients. And I know what you're saying, well, you don't even have the right ingredients today. True, but we'll look past that. I just feel like the meringue's not going to turn out, but I could be wrong. I don't think it's going to have that sweetness because of the marshmallow, because of the fluff. I feel like doing it with melted marshmallows is going to be a lot tougher to do, but hey, if there's going to be a result, we'll see what happens. It's just I couldn't find marshmallow fluff anywhere, so it's okay though. But I'm going to redo the buzzard bite video, kind of how I talked about it in the video at the end. I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use ground beef instead of turkey. I'm not a big fan of ground turkey, so I'm going to just change that a little. And then I'm going to add my own stuff to it. I'm going to brown it on the stove and then really get it, really get that crisp and bake it in the oven. So I'm going to actually do that next week sometime. I'm not sure when. I think either Wednesday or Friday. So look for that within the following week. I will say though that I'm going to shoot 2 more cooking videos next week. One of them is a dessert. And I will show you what it is. It is or not. So next week, next Wednesday, I think I planned it, the 7th or the 9th. I'm going to be making these. It's a very simple recipe, and I think I have all the ingredients. Water, butter, sugar, flour, eggs, a batch of whipped cream that I'm going to make that day, a batch of drizzled icing that I'm going to make that day, and then confectioner's sugar, which I have. And then, so that's it. So I'll be making these either the 7th or the 9th, and then I'll post it probably the day after. And then I also, it's in my other book. Hold on a second. So I'm also going to be making, and this is from the Hearthstone cookbook, I'm also going to be making wait, is it in this book? Maybe it's not. It's not. Whoops. So I'm also going to be making crispy bat wings. So I'm going to be I'm going to record this one next week too, and that consists of 2 pounds of chicken wings, baking powder, salt, blackberry jelly, soy sauce, and sriracha sauce. So I'm going to be making this next week, the cookies, and then I'm going to redo the buzzard bite video. I also thought about doing, this is from the Hearthstone cookbook now. The other one was from the World of Warcraft. This is from Hearthstone. I thought about doing this one, Sarge's Easy Mac and Cheese. It seemed pretty. It's pretty easy to do. I would probably leave out the pepperoni because I don't like pepperoni. So I plan to do that one time, and then I thought there was another one in here. Maybe not. I don't even know when I put those potatoes on. We'll give them a few. And then I also plan to do a dessert, another dessert, which is the Stormpike Commando Cupcakes. And then, I'm not sure from there. And then I'll have to see. So I'll have to go through the books again to see what I'm going to do. But that's coming within the next 2 weeks. Like I said, I'm going to shoot 3 next week, and then I'm going to do 2 the week after and see how that goes. Now, they're not all going to be... I'm trying to do 1 cooking video a week. So, this week was the meatballs, or the buzzard bites. Next week, it's going to be what I'm making now. It's going to be posted, which is the Candied Sweet Potatoes. Then the week after is probably going to be either the cookies or the wings, and then the week after that is going to be the reversed, and then the week after that is going to be the revised version of the buzzard bites, and then so on and so forth. I guess depending how popular these are, I might post 2 a week, but as of right now, it's going to be at least 1 a week. I record them ahead of time, then post them. And then, if things all go well and we start, getting a little, people want more of these videos, I might do a live stream of the cooking stuff. I do plan to not only do just World of Warcraft or Hearthstone. There are a few other cookbooks that I want to get and do recipes from there. And on the topic of cookbooks, I think I talked about this before, I plan to write my own cookbook or plan out my own cookbook, and I was only just going to make the food that was going to be in the cookbook on the channel, but I decided, let's do something more creative. So this is going to be a process of the ideas that I come up with um, of the food that's going to be in the cookbook. I'm actually going to make it and then test it out like how I do it now. Except the thing is that it's all going to be with blind eyes. So I don't have measurements. I don't have, um, exact amounts of stuff. So it's going to be a trial and error. But I think it'd be a lot of fun, and I think it would be really unique and neat to see the process of starting from just a rough idea to hopefully becoming a full-fledged cookbook, and then hopefully, you never know. But I'm going to pretty much record everything. There are going to be some videos where it's actually going to be a Word document, and then we kind of like go from there and, give you a table of contents of what's going to be, in it. As of right now, I have finger food done. So that's kind of like appetizers if you were at a restaurant. I have 10 of them already planned out that I'm going to do, and then we will take it from there. I plan to do, I don't know, because I feel like the way it's layered out, or the way I have it, let me go get my journal. I'll be right back. Alright, so the way I have this, so we have finger food. I know you can't really see that, but finger food. And then we have, hold on, that's in my journal. That's crushed. Cool. So it goes finger food, side dishes, main course, desserts. So that's if you were at a restaurant. So those are going to be all the, hold on, I guess I should take it a step back. This is going to be a cookbook about the world of Luden, which is the world that my story takes place in. So I figured what kind of foods would be in that world, what would people make, what would people eat, all that stuff. So I actually have it in 2 categories. So the first one's, like I said, finger food, side dishes, main course, desserts. That would be what you order at like a tavern or an inn or restaurant sort of type stuff. And then I have breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then home desserts, which is pretty much what you would do or what you would cook at home, like what people would cook at home. I'm not sure if that's going to be the layout of how I want it, but I figured it would be nice to see what restaurants or taverns or bars or whatever make, and then compared to that to the people that would make stuff at home. So that's how it's going to be. Like I said, I'm actually going to do a Word document on this. I'm going to record, write finger food, and then the options, they're there. So it's kind of going to be like a menu, but a book. And you'll see that. I'll show you. And then, yeah, that's really it. So I'm actually really excited to do that with all of you and show you that process. Like I said, I have 10 things here that I thought would be would fit in the world. And so pretty much what I'm going to do is we're going to test everything. So the first thing is sweet potato fries with like a zesty sauce. And what I would do is first we would plan it out, like what will we have to do to actually cook it. So we would either need oil if we're going to fry them, or we're going to bake them, depending. And then what kind of seasonings are there, how many potatoes, all that stuff. And then we'll write it down, and we'll take that and we'll transfer it to the kitchen. We'll make it. We'll see, what we need. Should we need, 2 inches of oil to fry, 1 inch of oil? Do we need more seasoning, less seasoning? maybe more pepper but less salt, something like that. Or depending on the sauce, um, what does it need? What does it need to out? All that stuff. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm actually pretty excited uh, to do that and to record the process of everything. I am looking up how to write a cookbook, so that should be fun. And not only did these inspire me to, but also cooking in general um, really helped because I do love to cook. And then not only that, but taking the idea of the food of my world and all that stuff gives me not only insight of how the world is, but what characters eat and all that stuff. And so yeah, that should be fun. I'm excited for that. So back to what we were talking about, or cooking, I should say. Let me see. Let me see. Did not mean to yawn. Okay. Let's turn this. We also have to let these cool too, so that should be fun. Are these even? No, not even. Oh, one of them is. They're getting there. Let's see if this works. Sometimes when this happens, the water likes to boil and whatnot. I probably should get the 2 eggs. We do need egg whites, so I've actually never done that before, but I'm sure we will. It will be an easy process. So hopefully that cooks faster, or it helps. If not, then I guess it was pointless. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought. Water's hopping out of the pot. No. Oh, that's another thing. I never got maple syrup either. Which I'm sure maple syrup is going to be a lot better than regular syrup. So, I'm going to use this instead. I know, I'm sorry. But we're just gonna use what we have on hand, and not like in the Buzzard video and use apple juice. I'm thinking of making a cup of coffee. Do I want a cup of coffee or water? I guess I'll do water. I don't know. Coffee sounds really good, that's the thing. So those potatoes are probably going to take about 40 minutes. And it'd be stupid to stop the video, wait until they're done, then turn on the video. So we're just going to have to relax and whatnot. Well, you know what? Let's see what we can make. Bread. I've only done one dessert. I plan to make this. It's called Chocolate Celebration Cake. It looks really good. I plan to do that one day too. It's pretty easy ingredients. I need buttermilk and cayenne pepper. And then I probably won't even make candied nuts because I don't like nuts. chocolate cookies. We should do conjured manna buns. I think they're pretty much cinnamon rolls. They look really good. So we could do these one day too. And then conjured manna strudel. That looks really good. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not sure if raspberries are my particular choice. But, what do we need? We need a batch of buttery pastry dough, half a cup of cherry or red berry jam, 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar, 4 ounces of cream cheese, vanilla, egg to glaze, a batch of drizzled icing and glaze, and then fresh berries for garnish. Optional. So instead of the, well, I guess I could do both. We made the Delaron brownies. I actually want to make the bloodberry tart as well. This looks really good. That is crushed raspberries, blueberries, sugar, pectin, balsamic vinegar, and ground cardamom. A pinch of ground cardamom. It looks really good, though I'm not a. I guess I'll just do both. I wonder if you can make that with strawberries. Just looks really good. That looks interesting. It's called palm fruit slices. Let's see. 2 medium Granny Smith apples, quartered, peeled, and cut into rings or wedges. Vegetable oil for frying. We have 3/4 cup of flour, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. Cornstarch makes it more crispy. 3/4 tablespoon of baking powder, a tablespoon of sugar, and then a half a cup of fizzy cider. Then a caramel coating. 2/3 cup honey, 1 tablespoon of granulated sugar, 2/3 heavy cream, 1 teaspoon of unsalted butter, and then a generous pinch of ancient Pandaren spices, which are, let's read what they are. Peppercorns, fennel seed, ground cinnamon, ground anise, ground clove, and ground cardamom. Oh, we should make croissants. We should make croissants one day. And then pumpkin pie. Pumpkin pie is always good. And then rice pudding. Maybe. And then drinks. But, is there any hot apple cider? Is there... Oh, the eggnog. That's Wintervale eggnog. That's what I wanted to make it here. Battle cry. Alright, let's see how these potatoes are doing. Caught my mouse. Just poke them with a fork. Oh, they're getting there. They're getting there. We will get our Oven preheated. Alright. I'm gonna put this back on again. And I'm actually going to use, so I'm going to use the butter that was left over. It might not be enough butter. That's going to be for the marshmallow fluff. And it says 1 cup of marshmallow fluff. So I'm going to do 1 cup of, maybe 2 cups of marshmallows. So I don't know, I feel like a cup of marshmallows, maybe. I just feel like a cup of marshmallows reduces to half of what it's supposed to be. But I could be wrong. Now there should be good. Well, I'm gonna wash my hands right now. And I decided on coffee. I'm gonna make coffee. That's just the Keurig. Wow, it's already been 42 minutes since recording. That's nice. Meaning that this should be almost done. Step over here for a second. Sorry. Throw that out. And put this one in. You know what? I guess I could separate the eggs. Right? Why not? So, because we just need egg whites. And okay, yeah. So I'm going to put them in there. 2 egg whites. I've never did this before. I know you could toss it back and forth. And I also know you can put it between your hands too. Right, that should be good. So it looks. It's so weird. I've never done this before. Put this off to the side. I will wash my hands. And then we have to beat that for 5 minutes until they get to stiff peaks, and then we beat in the syrup and the marshmallow fluff. Okay, sorry, let me just grab my coffee. Okay, put this over here. Oh, you know what? You know what? We can. Oh, I'll hold off. Like I say, we could start getting the meringue ready, but it says do that when they're baking for 10 minutes. Come on in. Did you get my message? There's that. Whatever. Sorry, that's Nathan. No big deal. Oh, there. Almost done. Almost done. Which is good. You can't poke them all the way through. They are still a little hard, but it should be done, I would say, in a few minutes. Sorry, I'm taking out dinner. I forgot to do that before I did this. Don't mind the noise. We have to let those cool off. Oh, we need brown sugar too. And we need 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. Oh, I wish I known that. Wash this up. this is going to go over the potatoes once we drizzle them and whatnot. But we're going to put this over here. We also have to peel them too, the potatoes. They might be done. They are. So I'm going to take them off the heat. Oh, you guys can't see that. Take them off the heat. Kind of let them cool down before I start to peel them. It's in the dishwasher, isn't it? I think it is. No, it's not. Oh, yeah, it is. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the potatoes on here, because we have to cut them anyway. That way, we have to peel them and then cut them. But we have to let them cool. So, just like that. So we're going to let those cool until they are ready to be, till they can be handled. And we got a meringue, we got that going, and we get let's get our pan. And I can already tell it's gonna be too small, but oh well. Alright. Yeah, still hot. It's okay, oven's preheating. We have our mix. Which smells really good, to be honest with you. It smells like cinnamon, really. And then once these are in the oven with this, I'll start the meringue, and then we'll go from there. So it's not that bad. Still a little hot. That's good. We just want the skin to come off. So. Jeez. I don't want to break it. There's my garbage. beach bowl. Oven is ready. Almost got one peeled. And then we take this, I'm actually going to cut off the ends. So that one's done. So let's rotate these. Look how easy that was. It's still hot, but that's okay. So, that one was much easier. And then this one. Oops. Oh, that works as well. Ooh, almost lost that. Right, and now we need to move all this stuff. Alright, so just turn this a little. And then we're going to cut them into how many? 1/4 inches. That would be the best measurement. Okay. That was one. I'll put the last one. Yeah, this pan's too small, but that's okay. I'll get rid of the skin. Alright, let me wash my hands real quick. Now, I'm going to take this. I'm just going to pour this over. Like so. Get all the juices out of there. And then it says 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. Alright. Pop this in the oven for 10 minutes. And then while we're doing that, let's do medium. We're going to make them all. Alright, so the meringue should be simple enough. Just need to grab this. Gonna watch my eye on the butter. We're gonna unplug one of those. Take this, take the whisk tool, move this off to the side, and do this for about 5 minutes. just need to this real quick. Let's just twist that in and continue. Alright, so now I'm going to put marshmallows in. So, I wanted to use this. Alright, that works. And then let me just whisk this in, just kind of melt them all. How much? 1/4 of a cup of maple syrup. Alright. 1/4 of a cup. That should be good. Don't work at all. Right, leave that there for 1 second. Add in some maple syrup. Alright. And then we're going to add in the marshmallow fluff. Remember, fluff. Fluff. Not melted marshmallow, marshmallow fluff. And then it says, add the syrup, beat again to just mix. Just mix. Alright, now we have to transfer these to a piping bag, which I don't have one. So I'm going to use a bag. Let's do this over here. got a few minutes left. This. $15, $14, $13, $12. Those look good. And then we're just gonna pipe. Yeah. Well, that got dark as I wanted it to. That's okay. Let's see how well this does this. Put it back in for another 5 minutes. Just clean up here. So the meringue didn't turn out, but that's okay. I didn't expect it to because we used actual marshmallows instead of marshmallow fluff. Oops. But I'm not worried about it because I'm sure it's still going to taste great. And now we wait 5 minutes. Gotta wash my hands. And then we'll see how it is. Alright, so not the best one. I would say another fail, but it's okay. Just the meringue part. I knew it was going to be a fail anyway because of the meringue. I wonder, we should have used Cool Whip instead of marshmallow fluff. Oh well. You think these are going to turn out good? I'm going to say they are, but they aren't. So we'll see. Mine wasn't really meringue. Mine was really like an icing topping, which you never know, could turn out better. So let's see. Note to self, if you want to make something, make sure you have all ingredients. What else is easy to make in here? I can make some fell eggs and ham. It's hard-boiled eggs. We have 1 minute and 50 seconds. I was going to say 53, but 49, 48, 47. Let's get my dish. And a spoon. And another. Yeah. Hey, you know what? If it still tastes good, then who cares, right? Maybe I should make sauteed carrots. Or is it candied sauteed carrots? Something like that. What is it? Oh, nope, sauteed carrots. Maybe. Got 50 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and off. Alright, let's see. So, that's what it looks like. Which ain't, it's not that bad. Better than I expected it to look, to be honest. So let's go ahead and taste this now. Alright. I'm going to put this here. So it looks good. Even with the messed up meringue, it still looks good. Alright, so time to taste test. Oh, there goes my mouse. Oh well. So that's what it looks like. The sweet potatoes are cooked. They fall apart. Okay, that one really didn't taste like anything. So, they're sweet. They have that brown sugar, a nice glaze. These really taste good. Now I'm tasting just the meringue. Not bad, to be honest with you. You can definitely taste the syrup, and you can taste the marshmallows too. I mean, I'd eat this. Like at Thanksgiving. For sure. I think this is really good. Obviously, I know the meringue was going to be messed up because I didn't have marshmallow fluff, but also because of the warmness of the marshmallow, melted marshmallow. But I think it actually turned out pretty good. I would say better than the Buzzard Bites. It's sweet. You really can't taste the taste of the sweet potatoes. You definitely taste the brown sugar. You taste the cinnamon. I'd give this an A+. I'm happy with the outcome of this. I feel like it turned out really good. And then I just want to taste. So, if you look at the meringue, it almost is like a, I'm not sure how to describe it. Very puffy. But you definitely taste the marshmallows in there. I'm proud. I'm proud. Alright, well, with that being said, I think this came out as a success, even though I was missing some ingredients and that it didn't turn out exactly like the picture. But it was still pretty good nonetheless. I give this a thumbs up. So with that, I'm going to conclude this video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this as much as I loved making it, because it was a lot of fun, even though it took a while for the potatoes to boil and whatnot. Remember next week, or sometime next week, it's going to be, I'm going to start making the wings, and then the cookies, and then redo the Buzzard Bite video. And I think that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to be the best you can be, and I will see you all in the next cooking video. Bye!